This is a full breakdown of the proposed Washington Township Board of Education budget for fiscal year 2026 to 2027. We'll cover where every dollar goes, what it means for your property taxes, and when you can have your say. Here's the honest headline. The total 2026 to 2027 budget and tax levy for Washington Township schools are not in the documents available right now. What we reviewed were meeting agendas from July and August, not the actual budget statement. Under New Jersey law, school budgets are usually finalized months earlier, in the spring, so the real numbers likely already exist, they're just not in what we could access yet. While exact dollars aren't listed, the agendas give strong clues about where the money goes. Both meetings include dozens of staffing actions, hires, transfers, retirements, and salary corrections. In most New Jersey districts, salaries and benefits eat up somewhere between 65 and 80% of the entire budget. That volume of personnel activity strongly suggests staffing remains the single biggest cost driver here. Transportation and special education also show up prominently. The agendas reference a new 10-month school bus lease going out to bid, along with substitute driver needs and an extended school year transportation contract. Extended school year services support special education students over the summer, and nationally, special education costs are one of the fastest growing line items in school budgets. Again, no dollar amounts are specified here. Facilities and infrastructure spending appears too, but structured through financing rather than a lump sum. The board is considering a lease purchase financing bid, plus a resolution tied to an energy savings plan. Lease purchase financing works a bit like a loan, letting the district pay for expensive equipment or building upgrades over several years instead of all at once. Rounding out the picture, the agendas mention curriculum investments, including a resolution involving the American Reading Company, plus new restorative practice tutoring at the elementary level. Food service is also referenced, but that program typically pays for itself through meal fees and federal reimbursement, rather than local tax dollars. None of these items come with a specific price tag in the agendas provided. For homeowners, the number you probably care most about, how much your school tax bill might change, simply isn't in these agendas. New Jersey requires every district to publish a user-friendly budget that spells out the estimated tax impact on an average home, often as a specific dollar increase per year. Until that document surfaces, any number quoted to you would just be a guess, so we're not going to make one up. One important clue. The July agenda includes a resolution for requisition for taxes, which is how a board formally draws down its already approved tax levy. That confirms a budget was certified before these meetings even happened. In other words, July and August aren't about deciding the budget, they're about carrying it out, through things like staffing moves and contract approvals. Under New Jersey school funding rules, most districts don't put their budget to a public referendum at all. That only happens if spending exceeds the state's 2% tax levy cap. If Washington Township stayed under that cap, as is typical, the board would have approved the budget directly, likely sometime between March and May of 2026, without a town-wide vote. Looking at the actual calendar, the July 28 regular session covered routine finance business, like the treasurer's report and account transfers. The August 18 work session focuses on discussion items, including a school bus lease and lease purchase financing bid. Neither meeting lists a formal public hearing specifically on the 2026 to 2027 budget, which suggests that step already happened earlier in the year. One item worth flagging for families. The August work session includes a presentation on reducing chronic absenteeism, suggesting the district may be rolling out new attendance policies or programs. Separately, a revised 2026 to 2027 school calendar was up for review in July, so parents should double-check final dates for the school year, including breaks and half-days, once that calendar is confirmed. If you want to weigh in, the August 18, 2026 work session has 2 built-in public comment opportunities, listed on the agenda. You can also submit written comments through the district's board secretary or business administrator. And if you want the real budget numbers, ask specifically for the user-friendly budget and budget statement. These are state-required documents, and the district must provide them even if they're not yet posted online. That's the full budget breakdown. The complete written deep dive is available free at New Jersey Washington Town GTL, substack.com. Subscribe so you never miss an update. And if you find this useful, A small donation at kofi.com/govthroline helps keep this reporting free and independent.